I've got a misbehaving cat. Man, I don't know. That extra 30% doesn't seem to really do too much.
Well, well. The only new folk I ever see in town are sublight runners from Fallbrook. But you don't look like one of Catherine's. What can I get you?
Like to trade.
If you don't see it, I don't got it. Don't go asking for the special reserve.
Well, what about your special reserve? What? Why is this restricted? Ew. I want to see what they are. Now this is what I want. Gotta clean up. Gotta clean up my act. Oh, bad back.
Do your part to support the local economy? Laws know
Sure.
we need it. What can I get you?
New mods, please.
All sales are final, unless you threaten me. I'm kidding. Don't threaten me.
No, I never really saw what this does yet. Let's find out. Oh yeah, dead body. Whoa. Wake up. Nope. Yeah, that's right. I wanted to see what these outfits. Ha ha ha.
Whatever you do, don't mention the crossbow. You'll never hear the end of it.
You know, I haven't seen him in a while.
If you'd gotten stuck in an hour-long rant about mostly colonists, you'd be thankful.
Oh, indeed.
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh?
Okay. Apparently, used for something else. Oh. Okay. Aw. Sorry, bud, but you are dead.
Oh, sorry. Just spooked me, was all.
Not much I can do for this guy.
Well, you could start by
I'm
standing
going.
over there so we can close this door. Thank you very much, Ellie. Yoink. Yeesh. That is some strange blood splatter. I ain't no expert, but I've seen enough CSI. Just climb. I want to know. Rizzos. It's always the same stuff.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in. Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right? You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
Oh well. Takes more than a few gunships to scare me.
Wish more folk could say that. Gets awful quiet guarding a landing pad that never gets used. You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name for the records. Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill. We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago. Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly. Oh, sure. It makes Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell. Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though. Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you?
Sure, Grim.
And if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor?
That depends, One Eye.
I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in? I couldn't really say. I'm just a fan of the game. But the fancy collector types say the more people see these things, the less valuable they are. And I figure my poster's been passed around by more than a few people by now. Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Oh, it's a landing pad.
I'll keep it down.
Guess I gotta go through something, huh?
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time the punch clock peals, a worker earns his meals.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, I thought you were quoting It's a Wonderful Directorate.
I see Naoka. I'm a thief, yeah. Whoa, Caleb.
New face, huh? You from off-world? A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MSI welcome. Why don't you grab a chair? Sit a spell and revel with us.
By the smell, he's been reveling enough for you both already.
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares.
Oh.
Well, as long as we don't run out of bits. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking. It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor Velma goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch, we're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay. I wouldn't doubt it. You look like the type who tends to come out on top. Not like us cogs, trying to be the squeaky wheel but just getting deadlocked. It's been days, but Velma won't even hear us out. Maybe you could just make her listen to
Sure,
our
let's do a
commands.
good deed. I'll mediate on your behalf.
You would do that? We sure are lucky you decided to come up to the patio today. I knew drinking up here would be good for more than the view. Sure thing. What did you want to discuss? If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better. The others wanted to blackmail her, but we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. We got no proof they're true.
What's this about blackmail now?
I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well, there's rumors that Velma's taking a cut off the profits. So far, it's just gossip, you know, but if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon.
So we can probably fight dirty.
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding all over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud. But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn rapt out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you?
Pleasure to meet you.
Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll. Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink, will you? Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You have to get me something to clear my head. Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
I am a dentist. Medical doctor. You mean caffeinoid? That stuff's just a stimulant.
Well, they work. We got a deal or what? Ah, the charmer. All of the above?
Smells like rats in here.
Oh, it does work. I bought some muscles to cover up this old
If Velma's capable of running the warehouse, she can certainly pick up her own caffeinoid.
Don't be so hard.
No! $55, huh? Nope, not gonna be enough. Yoink. Oh, that's what I found. Pays to explore. Bye. Hey. Hey. Hey, a little privacy or stay out there.
Sure.
Jesus. Trying to do a little thievery here. Can't do some thievery in peace.
Got my sights on you.
Oh yeah, Holstead? What you got to say?
Huh?
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember.
Well, thank
Quite
you.
the bedside manner, lady.
Well, it's so rare I get the pleasure of new company. What can Auntie Abigail do for you?
Who's Velma?
She works over at the fishery next door. Quite the hard worker, but she's got a bit of a temper.
Nothing wrong with a little passion.
No disagreement there, dearie. But Velma can be a little prickly.
Oh,
Oh, but here I go again, running my mouth when it's none of my business.
are you in charge
Was
of
there
handing out
something else
medicine?
you needed? Yes, indeed. Someone's got to keep Stellar Bay's people healthy and energized.
You certainly seem excited about your job. How much you want to bet she's actually, like, on some of these drugs?
Oh, but I am. I get to see plenty of my neighbors here, and I do dearly love a little gossip. Yes, indeed. You certainly seem like you.
Oh, what is it?
Selma's
Quest line
capable of
already.
running the warehouse. She can certainly
Oh.
pick up her own noise.
Don't be so hard.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries,
Hello,
producers and
Celia.
purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today? You know,
Yes.
sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you
Aw.
want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse.
So all roads lead to
But
Velma.
I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
Or is he not paying you on account of how he tried to fix the thing his own self and busted it even worse, and then said you wasn't fixing it fast enough, so he's docking your wages again? Not that I got any prior experience with such.
Coat
Not at all.
lies.
Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Well, that was stupid. Do you normally blow your money on Raptidon parts?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really.
And why are you buying so much from Sebastian, huh?
So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else.
I reckon she's got a little bit of a squish on this fella.
He's sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Just ask him on a date.
I couldn't. What if he says no? Hey, maybe you could ask him for me.
Oh
I
my
mean, I know
god.
it would still be bad, but it won't be quite as embarrassing if you ask. Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
Am I playing matchmaker here? What is going on? Yeah, I'm curious too. What do you see in that fella?
He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about.
Yeah, that's called depression and
Plus,
anxiety.
he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Good to have standards, I guess.
I know what I'm looking for.
That's all I really need to know.
Sorry, sometimes I get carried away. Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say?
Nope, I'll talk to you later. We're doing like 8 million things. Let's do a little experiment first. Oh, never mind.
You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts?
Let's talk about Celia.
Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that Raptidon acid is working out. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested in this stuff.
Oh, would you consider going on a date with her?
Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount, hmm?
Oh, no, that's not it at all. She's smitten with you. You smited her. Smoked? Smoot?
Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any use for Raptidon tongues.
Don't take my word for it. Spend some time with her. I promise she won't ask for a discount.
You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice.
Give her a chance. Give yourself a chance. Take her someplace nice.
Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
That's the spirit, Sebastian. Be yourself. Between you and me, Captain, I'm not sure Miss Celia knows him too well, but we can hope, right? I want them to be happy. Yeah.
You are very sweet. Maybe naive, but... Hi, Ellie.
You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts?
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say? Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia? I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on?
Just don't ask him for any discounts.
Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, it'll be too soon. Ah, look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back-to-work look. Anyhow, thank you.
Well, hey, at least I got to level up from this. This game got me playing matchmaker.
Now she can stop buying that junk from him. Might improve the smell.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, but the noise.
Wow, already in that short amount of time they went and got to business.
As you were. Carry on.
Everything's spinning. I'm just gonna take it easy, okay? Everything's spinning. I'm just gonna take it easy, okay?
Alright. Look at that. Oh, is this a high class? Okay, where did everyone go? Or was it just the same prefab? Wow. I guess it's not the same, but man, the layout was the same.
Ah, the charmer. Welcome back. Drink, chat,
It's
or
good
business?
to be back.
All of the above?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that. I'd probably partake in it as well.
Says someone who's never had any fun.
Oh, excuse me.
See, I'm glad someone on your crew's got some sensible, got her head on straight.
Yeah, that
That
I'd
hits
probably
the
partake
spot,
in it as well.
right in the, oh,
Says
no,
someone
there
who's
it
never
is.
had any
There
fun.
it is.
Oh,
Yes.
excuse me.
We're in business. Let's go.
That was fast. I gotta see about stalking some on the ship.
You be careful. The first one's free. After that, they'll offer you gainful employment.
Yeah, come along,
Great.
pond.
Where to? Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and
Sounds
west,
fun.
mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer. That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
Okay, Parvati.
Mighty big gun you got there. I'm looking forward to seeing you use it. That's a pretty big gun for a hunter.
I don't know what the game's like on Terra 2, but out here, the daintier weapons ain't gonna cut it. Manosaurs require stopping power.
Yeah, but what's left after you're done with them?
Uh-huh.
Think they're watching the same serials, following the same tossball games?
Mm-hmm.
That's a snazzy outfit. Stealth. Sure, just throw that on you. Yeah, I tell you what, you hold on to that. Ha! She make me a good liar. What are her stats? Okay, so higher in that regard. I feel like I'm not gonna really need that, so she's gonna be the tank. That's actually handy. Get along fine.
not listening to a word, are you?
I prefer using them as
My back aches and
special
everything
attacks
smells
rather
like
than,
fish.
you know,
I shipped
actual
with a
party
merc who had a
members.
gun like yours, Nyoka. He polished it, sang to it, slept with it. Not like that, as far as I know.
Sounds like he had himself a discerning palate. Where are you going with this?
He couldn't hit the broadside of an assault cruiser, hence the tin shredder.
Wouldn't be the first man I met bearing compensation for his lack of skill.
Oh. I like how the two of you were staring at me when you say that.
You look like a man who's looking for...
Sebastian, you ever get your hands on those pheromone sacks? Manipillars ain't gonna hunt themselves, you know.
I must have hunted a dozen, but I couldn't find a single sack on any of them. Must be looking in the wrong place.
Manipillars ain't got pheromone sacks. I just told him that so he'd stop asking me for advice.
At least I'm getting a good haul of claws in the process. You're in good hands, traveling with Monarch's top merc. Still, if you want any rat glands or manticlaws, I've got you covered.
Okay, what was the next bit that I was looking at here? Now where? Aha. Let's go find your boy.
Hey, Cap, got a minute?
No. Great. Let me guess. Companion side quest.
Hey, got a favor to ask you.
Sure, we just met
Figure
and
while
all,
we're out
but
here in the wilderness anyhow, we might stop in on an old friend of mine. Preferably before we get to Hiram's. It's on the way, don't worry. You don't seem the type to run off and get yourself killed, and I could use the help.
well, I definitely don't plan on getting myself killed.
Well, we'll see about that. I'll be upfront with you. I hate asking for help. I hate it. Every time I give someone the opportunity to disappoint me, they seem to make it their most immediate goal.
Welcome to life!
But this, what I'm thinking, it's dangerous.
What kind of danger are we talking about here?
Nothing we can't handle.
Oh yeah?
I used to run with a band of hunters. Friends. 6 of us. We were on Monarch when the corporations pulled out, and we helped a lot of people pick up the pieces. I haven't seen 2 of them in years, and the rest I know to be dead. I'd like to gather their effects and bury them all in the same places, like the family we once were.
Okay, well, how do you know they're dead?
I saw it happen. Hell, one of them was in my arms at the time. His name was Hayes, and he's our first stop. I buried him a ways from our encampment. I'll show you where he rests. He had a medallion in his effects. That's what I'll bring home to Barry. A long time ago, we built an encampment in one of Monarch's cave systems. Trouble is, a Mantiqueen showed up and kicked us all out. If we can find Rebecca and Anders, they'll know how to lure her out. Then, we kill the bitch, and bury everyone's medallions together.
Sounds fun. Let's go.
Thanks, Cap.
First things first, though. First victim. Whoa.
Libations on me, folks.
Whoa. Ellie? Wow. Actually, was this like an abandoned spot? Hello? Do I dare? Nah, you know what? I keep getting sidetracked. Let's do one thing at a time.
South here. Off the road and down this slope. We've got a decent trek ahead of us.
Oh, that's far. Jesus, Naoka.
Watch it. These pools don't just stink. They'll take a toe off. Ugh. Here we go! Here we go!
Ha! Okay, not really good for close range stuff, huh?
Up now.
Sorry, not sorry. Oh, hello.
Else it'd have been a hell of a lot tougher.
The only thing nastier than a giant bug's a sick one. Nature's disgusting.
Huh. Well, sorry to say this. Thank God for fast travel. Come on. Oh, you are shedding all over the place, Felix.
If I never smell another raft, it'll be too soon.
Weren't you a sawbones? Figured you ought to have smelled worse.
Sure, but those things reek like bad cologne. It's different.
I'm with you there. At least humans have the courtesy to wait a while before their bodies start to stink.
Most of them.
You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts. He'll probably be wanting it back. You see any sign of him?
Well, you never know. You can't be too sure. I found the journal inside a dead mannequin.
Funny place to leave a journal. But what about Mr. Pickett?
Who knows? By the looks of things, this guy's a real escape artist.
Mysteries of the universe, I guess. So this journal is all he left behind? Seems like I ought to read it. Looks mighty long, though.
Look on the bright side. He found his mannequin. Maybe you and Celia can read it together on your date.
I bet she'll like that. She's real enthusiastic about all sorts of monsters. In any case, I appreciate you tracking down Mr. Pickett for me. Here's some bits for your trouble. Like what?
Sorry, Sebastian. Is that really it? I guess he is dead. Maybe. Oh wait, what else was there? Ah, yes. Okay. I am a detective now. Excuse me.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths.
Should I lie? In a sarcastic manner. Sure, why not?
I'd heard they'd gotten a new hacker. Is that why everyone's making such a fuss about you? But what are you doing on Monarch?
Meeting our fans across the galaxy, of course.
Maybe we're not so isolated as I thought. So, what can I do for you? Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth. Right.
Well, I'm
so
listening.
the thing with Isaac is he didn't know where to stop. He'd get stuck on something and he just couldn't let it go. Sometimes he'd drink purpleberry punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money.
So who did he owe?
I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them.
Oh, thanks for the tip.
Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do. If it isn't the famous hacker enjoying Stellar Bay. What can I do for you? Graham's always filling the airwaves with this propaganda, like it's done him any good. All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch.
Well then, if that's the case, perhaps I can fix that for you. Walk. Walk.
I hear those rich people in Byzantium pay a handsome bit for rapping us.
You ever think about what goes on in a marauder's head?
No, they're crazy.
But they still manage to feed themselves, dress themselves, work together. Gotta be something in that.
All I need to know is that they're on the other side of that wall.
Violence, you say?
Who the fuck are you? This ain't your alley. Get that thing out of my face!
Or what?
Hey! What are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market. Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business. I don't think so. You're a loose end now.
Incoming! That's the last of them.
So much for investigating, huh? Nah. think I should have enough actually if I bring Sam.
Who the fuck are you? This ain't your alley. Garrett? Huh? Hey, as you...
Hey, what are you doing here? Berta already pissed by those crates to... Not so fast. You look like you got some bits. I'm thinking we take them off your corpse. Listen, and not that it's any of your business.
Don't mess with us.
Do the splits. Multi playthrough. Let's go get Sam, shall we?
Crew report. Miyuka is drunk. Surprise.
Job assessment. It's a mess. Begin cleaning cycle? Say yes, no, or later. This unit is not registered to translate words in the cleaning language.
Oh.
Battery levels are fully charged. Thank you. Warning! Raptidon claws can...
Don't need to know that. You can't even interact. Oh, Lord. What did they say? Did she jack one of the fridges from the kitchen? Have fun, guys.
We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? I keep wondering if it's come in.
I'll get to it, bud. I should have been able to bonus support intimidate and 6 for Sam.
Sam,
All
I've
right.
got a question. Do you use alcohol as a cleaning agent? I've heard some folk do that.
Alcohol-based cleaners can compare to Samson Ray Acid Spray Premium Nozzle Attachment. Installation available for as low as 9 payments of $99.99.99 bits.
Is that a yes or a no? I can never tell with you.
Warning. Liquid is caustic. Keep out of reach from elderly customers and lab sprats.
Whoa! Watch who you're calling an elderly lab sprat, you bucket of bolts.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market. Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business.
It's my business
Oh yeah?
now.
What are you saying exactly?
Ow, this is so boring.
Wow. Most of the pencil pushers around here cave as soon as you look at them funny. Fine, we're going. This ain't worth it.
They murdered someone though.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
How generous of you.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself? Out at Devil's Peak? If you're headed that far, I see you've brought the right woman for the job.
Damn right.
But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Saltuna.
Sprite point calling me. Hi, it can always be both.
Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
Good question.
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now.
So-called is right. We've got our hazards, but we're still here, damn it. The board took off without so much as a thought for the folks left behind.
Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
Sounds like you're freer than anyone else in Halcyon. Why not embrace it?
You talk like Graham.
Freedom always sounds nice, doesn't it? It makes a rather pretty slogan. But if you sit down and tally up the costs, how you provide for yourself in the absence of aid, how you protect yourself from a hostile galaxy, it starts to lose its shine.
So what do you want me to do about it?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
A lot of good that'll do. They'll just find another reason to turn tail and abandon you.
Not if we secure the proper safeguards first.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
Yeah, this lady knows what's going on.
It's true. Our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
I do seem to have a bit of a Rapidon problem.
And a Mantisaur problem. And a Marauder problem.
Many, many problems, but they can all be solved with a Bolt 52 cartridge. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
What is it?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
Ha! Once you have the Bolt 52,
I'll need to gather some supplemental materials, but I mustn't get ahead of myself.
You do tend to do that.
The Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. And these days, it's overrun with marauders and raptidons. Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. What can I do for you? But that's terrible. What happened?
It was Elijah and his hooligan friends. I ran them out of town.
I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing quite a bit of trouble around town. I've been consumed with other matters of late, but I would have dealt with them eventually.
If you say so.
It really was on my to-do list. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services. I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
That guy's a world-class moron. No, he did a bang-up job. He did right by me.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you? Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes. I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws. Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. But back then, it was known as Terra 1.
Terra 1 and Terra 2. I see the board put their best people on that one.
Really? I always thought they were refreshingly straightforward names. After all, the whole point of terraforming was to make them Earth-like.
Here, though, the results were mixed.
That ain't fair. They didn't leave on account of the hazards. They left on account of their cowardice. The hazards just gave them a reason to put to paper.
Sharp as ever, Nyoka. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
But not the MSI.
Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up. It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms. That's what I thought. But the senior executives laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2 along with everyone else.
I hope you gave them the finger.
In a manner of speaking, many of us stayed behind in an act of quiet but firm defiance. As the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
And you kind of had to have seen this coming.
But we weren't trying to. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules.
Your
and yet
opposition.
They still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
Well, sir, you're about change.
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all...
Yeah, that'd go a long way toward rebuilding our homes.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community. And being cut off means slow strangulation. I'm not a man to put pride before progress.
They
If
have to
membership
walk
on the
hand in
board can
hand.
ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
Leverage,
Don't
you
get
say?
ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes, it'll be... My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations. He and his followers call themselves the Iconoclasts. Lawless anarchists, all of them. If anyone on Monarch deserves the reputation the board's pinned on us, it's them. I'm trying to build something here. They only want to destroy things, and they risk ruining Monarch for all of us. It isn't just that they drain our people and resources. Every radical act they commit cements Halcyon's image of us all as destructive rebels, and pushes us further from the rest of the colony. He's lucky the board doesn't take him seriously enough to keep more than a few UDL gunships patrolling Monarch.
An Earth Directorate assault cruiser would change his tune. It's almost a shame we haven't seen one around Monarch in a long while.
It's straight bullshit is what it is. A fabrication rich folks use to preserve their investments, by leaving a lot of people here to die slow.
Nyoka has the right of it. For the greater good. Allegedly. Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a... Why wouldn't any? To be on the board is to be part of the... Indeed. We've got to consider realities, not ideals. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our... I've discovered it's much easier to negotiate from a position of power. And I don't mean to leave MSI or its people. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here. What can I do for you?
Staying long?
Oh man. Normally I would promote anarchy, but this guy kind of has the right idea. Hey, I'll bite.
Every SAM unit comes lean, mean, and
Back to work, Sam.
Unit's air purity sensors are indicating a lethal level of inebriation emanating from a nearby organic source.
Please.
That would
you
be
think
nice.
this is bad? You ought to get your sensors recal. You ain't seen me drunk.
Litter collected. Reminder. Please dispose of all empty bottles in the appropriate waste receptacle, as outlined by Ordinance P51 of the Board Certified Sub-Board of Health.
I'll dispose of you in an appropriate waste receptacle if you don't stop nagging.
Oh yeah, while we're here in Velma.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
No, I mean more than usual.
Wouldn't know. I made it a point to stay out of her way.
Wonder what this evidence is gonna turn up to be. Whoa.
Muting volume now.
Whoa. What is this? Stellar Bay ruins. Oh, I should really stop playing right now. Oh. Boo. First, let's see what Velma has to say, and then we biz out.
Sam, as a purely hypothetical thought exercise, if I were to boil leather in manti blood to give it a nice purple hue, is there a way to get the stench out afterward?
Recommended dry cleaning service for fabric type, incineration.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry.
Catherine said she'd shove you in a box.
Sorry. Seems I got my cables crossed. Thought you were another shakedown tough from Fallbrook. Hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing. This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grimm his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell. That about cover it?
That's mean.
No. I paid Sublight for it. So it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it, it'll be hers. Grimm may have asked for the poster, but it's not his until I take his money. She runs the betting parlor across the way. Nice professional lady. She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Made a real generous offer, too. Damn right it is. It's staying locked up in my office until Nell shows with her money. Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one.
I got a feeling you and Catherine would get on like tumors on a pig. Take the poster then. And if I never hear another word about it, it'll be too soon. Something else on your mind?
Ah, yeah, your chief pescatological whatever officer. He did.
That he's got his load on and I'm stuck covering his shift? That's... wow.
Yeah, way to go.
I sure feel like an ass now.
You sure are.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on Catherine herself. Still, it's good to know what happened to him. And that I ought to start looking for a replacement. Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a ground six spacer. Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say. Tell him to complain to Catherine in Fallbrook, not me. Sublight's demanding more money for the same contracts, which means we're all in the same boat. I don't have the bits for it, plain and simple. Besides, if I make an exception for him, I gotta do the same for everyone. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire Sublight contractors at this rate. For running me ragged while he takes an extended leave at the bar? Not on your life. Maybe so, but I bet you Caleb runs out of bits first. Then he'll have to come back. He says he's got a stash to tide his crew over. Could be he's all talk, but if the money's real, I bet you he keeps it at home. Near the diner. Fine by me. I'd give you a...
We spat in your spirits.
You notice my move? Will try wrangling half a ton of dead fish with decades-old equipment and see what it does for your disposition. Anyway, what do you folks need? Unless, if Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. Fine by me.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these?
Something busted, Captain? Oh, you mean Sam? He's just the sweetest, ain't he? A real charmer, my dad'd say. Nah, but I've been thinking on one. Gotta get to know him better, I think. Maybe ask him. It ain't nice to give folks a nickname without him giving you the okay first, you know? Of course, that don't stop Felix. Sometimes I wonder about Mr. Hawthorne. What was he like? Why'd he make the computer a talkie? You think he got lonely?
Parkour, parkour. Ah!
So what'd you think of the game last night? I still can't believe Armstrong ran the field from the Tuesday zone.
Yeah. Armstrong's really something. Nearly took a fellow's head clean off with a tossball stick.
Yeah, well, he's a hacker. That's what they do. Rangers don't show a shred of mercy in a Darlings game. Bates got tossed out of the game for excessive sportsmanlike conduct in the third half. Serves him right.
Yeah. Felix, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what a Tuesday zone is. I don't know my tenders from my forwards. Thing is, I just don't understand tossball.
Hey, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I'll teach you all there is to know.
Great. That's just swell. Can't wait.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up.
Gosh, this old girl's in a rough way. Even old Bess in Edgewater was in better shape than this.
Hey, you want to try running a cannery with obsolete machinery? You be my guest.
Sorry, ma'am. I wasn't trying to be rude. It's just your flanging apparatus isn't making a strong flange, so your sealer isn't sealing right, and...
Oh. I see what you're saying. Huh. I'll have to try that. Anyway, what do you folks need? Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire sublight contractors at this rate.
You've already lost Braxton.
Fine by me.
Let's see what happens if we do either.
I'd give you a friendlier, unless you're here to. If Caleb wants to, same thing as me. Where's your proof? Because I know no one's been poking around my terminal lately.
Wow. I'm at a loss for words.
Just as a hypothetical. Nothing to see on my terminal, of course. Because I've done nothing wrong. I don't even want to think about that. Or how far
I
behind
guess
Braxton
nothing, but I
Ross
got
alone
to
is
get
going to put
both
us.
of them.
Fine. Tell Caleb he and his team can have their raise, but I need them back here immediately. Something else on your mind? He's getting his raise.
What was your family like, Felix? Did you ever know him?
I never knew him. I was a stowaway. That's what they call orphans who grow up in the back bays.
Oh, gosh. I'm sorry. That must have been lonesome.
Come on, Parvati, who you talking to? Imagine me pining after my family. Yeah, I suppose that was a touch lonesome. But hey, look at me now. I made it. I got a ship and everything.
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with it? Got an update for us? We can't afford to sit this out for too much longer. How'd you manage that? Wait, never mind. If I question it, it'll turn out not to be true. Besides, I never follow how you got Velma to part ways with the bit card of her own accord. As agreed, here's your compensation. Ain't a lot, but I hope it shows how much we appreciate all you've done. Now me and my friends here better get back to work before Velma blows a fuse.
Alright. Now, go on, get. Oh. Alright, I gotta stop.